Daniel Ventura here, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the hourglass. Now, the hourglass is pretty iconic. Anybody that sees an hourglass, they know what it is. Unless, you know, for some of the young people that haven't seen an hourglass, they might not know what it is exactly, right? And the hourglass is really a device that measures a time of passage, and usually an hourglass measures an hour, right? So if you flip it over and you have the sand all on the top, it will measure from the start that it drops till it, is completely empty for about an hour, right? Or an hour. And it's just really a device, right? However, there's much more meaning to that, and I'm going to go ahead and give you my meaning to it from what or how I've learned it, right? So, as you can kind of see, you got three parts of the uh, the hourglass, and hourglass comes in many different shapes and forms, right? It can come more of a like curved glass, right? Like this one here is actually a perfect example, which is two triangles, right? That is one that is upside down, and so I like this one here, right? It's a little bit more modern. Doesn't look old, right? It's a lot more modern, up to date. Um, Usually, when you see an hourglass, when you walk into people's home or businesses, you look at it and you refer it to time, right? So there's three parts to the hourglass, and the top part I like to refer as the future, right? Because the sand that sits on the top that hasn't passed through is still in the future. And for a lot of people, when they're looking at the hourglass, right, they tend to worry about the future, right? You can look at the future two different ways. You can look at the future of, you know, um, I'm excited about the future and what my future holds for me, or you can come from a place that is so worried about the future that you're unsure of what it holds for you, so you put a lot of worry to it, right? The bottom is the past. So once the sand has passed through the middle, it is now known as the past. You can never get that sand back, or you can never get that time back. And however, what we created in the past is what we created. It doesn't matter whether it's good, bad, or whatever you want to call it. The past is the past. The past is lessons. The past is lessons in our lives that you can use, that can help you for the future, right? Again, the past is not so much of, well, this happened once before, it's going to continue to happen. No, the past is feedback, right? So if something happens a certain way, know that you have the ability to change that, right? And now the middle part is the present. So once the sand passes through, right, and goes down, it is done, right? It's in that middle that we are living in the present. So each time, as each pebble passes through, we are living in the moment at that time. Whatever you're doing, you're living in the moment, right? So, like right now, I'm shooting this video for you. I'm living in the moment, right? If you are out at the beach, or if you're reading a book, watching TV, you are in the moment, right? Know that whatever is happening to you in the moment, you can go and create that, right? Know that you can create that. If are going to go on a trip, right? On vacation, you know, live in the moment, right? Don't worry about, uh, when your trip is going to end, when you got to go back to work. Live in the moment. If you're, playing with your kids, live in the moment, live in the present, enjoy the moments with them, right? Because once that moment has passed, it's gone, right? So live in the present. For a lot of years, I was living in the future and I was living in the past, and I was never focused on what was in front of me, right? Because when things were happening, right, I would get like, okay, well, it's done. What's next, right? I would never live in the present and enjoy the present. So what I'm telling you is, you know, live in the present, live in the moments, enjoy life. You know, don't worry about what the future has to, you know, what it has in store for you. You can plan for it for sure, yes, right? And don't worry about the past, it has already passed. You know, remember the good times. Know that the past is life lessons that can help us for the present, which is now, right? So wherever you are in the present. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Talk to you soon.